What's up to all my people, and welcome to Stoniecast number 108 and season 4, episode 6 of Thoughts and Hunches, Making Money in Bunches and Sucker Punches. It's your boy Stony, back for the 107th time, and I'd like to welcome all of my fellow scumbags, lowlifes, hoodlums, shady characters, anybody named Phil Mickelson, altar boys with unhealthy relationships with their priests, cheats, hustlers, foul-mouthed, raging alcoholics with abusive language, friends and family of the gooch, fienders, degenerates. If you're new to the show, that means you probably fit into one or more of those categories, so welcome aboard. And make sure to hit the subscriber button down here, right here in the right-hand corner, so that way you can get notified every time I put out a new video. To spread the word's very easy. Just tell other fienders to go to YouTube and enter Thoughts and Hunches in the search bar. That'll take you directly to all my videos, so that way you can get dialed into everything as soon as I give them to you. Before I get to the picks, as usual, I have a couple thoughts. I'm going to keep saying this every week until you get it right. The man's name is Najee Harris. It's not Najee. Everyone pronounces it Najee. They're trying to be French or trying to be Creole or trying to be whatever they're trying to be. They're trying to be fancy, right? I used to work with his aunt in Oakland, and she told me the man's name is Najee, exactly how it's spelled. On Sunday Night Football, the players say their names and their colleges. He said, Najee Harris. Get it through your head, people. Next week, the MLB playoffs get going, and though they start on Tuesday, my next podcast will be on Wednesday, as usual. I'll post my playoff picks for each game, each day, in the comments section of my videos. So if you want to get down on some October baseball, just check out the comments section each day, starting with this video that I'm doing right now. On Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, I'll have them in the comments section of my picks for those 2 days. And then I'll do a video on Wednesday night giving you the picks for Thursday. I got a couple of birthday shout-outs this week that I have to do. Uncle James tomorrow, the Jimmer. My brother JD on Friday. And a couple days ago, my brother Double A, Hum Baby. And someone who means the world to me, and that's my friend Cynthia. Cynthia, R.I.P. to Aldo, right? May his memory be eternal. I love that guy, Cyn. Thoughts and prayers to you and your family. Before I get to it, tomorrow I'll be flying back home to the Yay area. And yes, I prefer LL Cool J over Biggie. With Biggie, it was going back to Cali. But with L, it was going back to Cali. I prefer that. Yeah, I'll be in the Bay for the weekend, going to a wedding for my boy. Shout out Alex and his lovely fiancée Jenny. I can't wait to have a few with you at the nuptials. Colin Kaepernick, he's in the news just now. Apparently, he leaked a letter that he wrote to the Jets regarding his interest in the Jets. He wants to be on the practice squad. Really? Come on. Get over it. Nobody wants you in their locker room. Nobody wants you. You're a circus freak and a sideshow. Get over it. Last week, I once again found myself in a hole by missing Thursday night's NCAA and went 1-3 on Friday. So when you start your Saturday 1-4, you got a big hole to dig out of. I did what I could, managed a 14-15 NCAA weekend, which ain't great, but I did hit the degenerate special again to get me to 4-0 on the season. NFL began with a win on Thursday night, where I'm now 3-0, followed by a pretty good Sunday, but another loss on Sunday night, where I'm now 0-3. And Monday night came and went with a win for the first time this season. Yeah, it was also coupled with a loss, getting us to 1-1 on the night. 9-7 for the NFL week. Add it all up, and that's 23 wins, 22 losses. We paid the books a bunch of juice. That's all we did. And not even a bunch, because we're a little bit up. So, whatever it is. Anyway, here's the numbers from last week. 23 wins, 22 losses. That's 51.11%. Not good. NCAA football for the season. 59 wins, 51 losses. 53.64%. Definitely needs work. NFL for the season, 28 wins, 19 losses, 1 push. We dipped under 60%, but we're at 59.57%, which is still top notch. So overall, every pick I've given you and all the picks so far this season, 87 wins, 70 losses, 2 pushes, 55.41%. That's solid, but the NCAAs bring our numbers down, so it's time to step it up. You're welcome. I mean, just remember that all these picks that I'm giving you are 100% free. For all the touts that give you 75 to 80% winners, come on. We all know you're lying. Plus, you're charging for those picks. With me, just come to YouTube every week and I'll drop my plays on you for free. You can also follow me on X at Stony Woods, right? Picks will be coming out a lot quicker now going forward with less breakdown due to time constraints because, you know, the women like to watch me and the women like to hear my voice for 40 minutes at a time, but the men just want the picks. So due to time constraints, let's get going. Thursday night, NCAA football, starting at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. I like Tulsa, minus 3.5 over Temple. Is that quick enough? Also at 7:30 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. And what has one of the best rivalry nicknames ever, this one's called 100 Miles of Hate, because exactly 100 miles separates Murfreesboro and Bowling Green. I'm on Western Kentucky, minus 5.5 over Middle Tennessee. Thursday night NFL, starting at 8:30 Eastern on Amazon. Give me Green Bay +1 at home over Detroit. Yes, that's a reverse turf home underdog. That trend went 1-2 last week, the first losing week of the season, but it's still 6-3 on the season. Friday night, NCAA football in Raleigh at 7 Eastern on ESPN. I'm going to roll with Louisville, minus 3.5 on the road over NC State. 9 p.m. Eastern in Corvallis on FS1. Good matchup. Number 10 Utah, number 19 Oregon State meet in what is going to be a really, really good one for two teams. Oregon State doesn't get the love that they should. Utah is a top 10 team every year now, and they still don't get the love. And they've won back-to-back Pac-12 championships. Cam Rising's status is still up in the air, and whether he goes or not, these are two good defenses, so I'm going to take the under 44.5. Also at 9 Eastern in El Paso on CBS Network, give me Louisiana Tech +1 on the road over Texas El Paso. Another good one at 10:15 Eastern in Provo on ESPN has two new members of the Big 12 as BYU hosts Cincinnati. Granted, they both lost their Big 12 debuts last week, but here I like BYU minus 2.5 at home. Although it's hard to imagine Cincinnati dropping 2 straight, it's harder even for me to see BYU dropping 2 straight. So give me the Cougs minus 2.5. Moving on to Saturday morning, let's head to upstate New York at noon Eastern on ABC, and I'm going to dance with Clemson, laying 7 on the road over an undefeated Syracuse in a battle of the orange. Clemson coming off a loss. Got to figure that one. Also at noon Eastern in Boulder on Big Fox, I'm on number 8 USC, minus 21.5 at Colorado. Yeah, it's easy to pile on Dion right now, but SC didn't look too good in Tempe late Saturday night, so Colorado might be of some value here. Not to me, though, and y'all know my hatred towards USC. Lincoln Riley will dial up some serious offensive schemes that should just torch Dion's soft defense. So give me the Trojans. Noon Eastern in Stoniapolis on Big Ten Network. I like the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana plus 12.5 at Minnesota. Noon Eastern on ESPN in Lexington. It's Saturdays in the South with the 3 Fs. Family, faith, and football. Yes, the 3 Fs. Florida's been better than expected, and Kentucky hasn't received any love nationally yet. They will now. Give me UK minus 2.5 at home. Let's stay in the SEC and go to Fayetteville for the last noon Eastern game on SEC Network, and I'm just done with Texas A&M. So I'll take Arkansas plus 6.5 at home. 3 Eastern in Berkeley on Pac-12 Network. I hate both Arizona State and especially Cal, and I'm not going to take either team, so I'm going to take the under, 49.5. 3:30 Eastern on Big Ten Network in College Park. Tua's younger brother, Taulia Tagovailoa, is cruising right now and really has that Maryland offense moving. And Indiana can't score. So give me Maryland minus 14 at home. 3:30 Eastern in Lincoln on Big Fox. Second-ranked Michigan has a very favorable schedule as they can cruise to 9 or 10-0. So as much as I hate to lay a big number on the road, Nebraska's toast here. Give me Big Blue minus 17.5. 3:30 Eastern on the Plains on CBS. Top-ranked Georgia is just as loaded as second-ranked Michigan, so I'm going to take Georgia minus 14.5 at Auburn. Number 1, number 2 on the road, big favorites, lay them both. Since I just gave you number 1 and number 2 on the road as favorites, 3:30 Eastern on ABC in Austin, I like 24th ranked Kansas plus 17 at number 3 Texas. Throw a little monkey wrench into that. 3:30 Eastern in Lubbock on FS2. Let's roll with Houston plus 10 on the road over Texas Tech. 3:30 Eastern on FS1 at the Bounce House in Orlando. UCF's offense is way too much for Baylor to deal with, so I like the Knights at home minus 11 and a chunk. 6 Eastern on ESPN at the Grove in Oxford. Number 20 Ole Miss is clearly the play here as the home dog plus 3 against the shitty-ass Chinese bandits of LSU and Brian Kelly's family. Not having it. Ole Miss fell apart in the second half. Last week, Alabama put it on them. Expect Lane Kiffin to draw something up. I like Ole Miss to win this game outright. 6:30 Eastern on Pac-12 Network in Palo Alto. Call it a hunch. It is called Thoughts and Hunches. But I like Stanford here at home in Silicon Valley, plus 27.5 over number 9 Oregon. 7 Eastern on FS1 in Norman. I'll dance with Iowa State on the road, getting 21 at number 14 Oklahoma. 7:30 Eastern in Durham on ABC. I've been cashing tickets on Notre Dame all season so far, but here I like number 17 Duke plus 5.5 at home over the 11th ranked Irish. 7:30 Eastern in Iowa City. Did I say Iowa City? Wave to the children at the Children's Hospital. Stop and wave. Love that tradition. Still the best. Michigan State's a disaster and have been rolled 2 weeks straight since the Mel Tucker sexual assault allegations went public. So now I'm going to make it 3 straight weeks and take Iowa at home minus 11.5 over Sparty. 7:30 Eastern on the SEC Network in Knoxville. South Carolina has been playing better with Spencer Rattler, but I'm on number 21 Tennessee here, laying 12.5 at home on Rocky Top. At 8 Eastern in Fort Worth on ESPN2, I'm going to roll with West Virginia plus 11 on the road at TCU. 8 Eastern on CBS Sports Network in Colorado Springs. Air Force's running game is on another level right now, and San Diego State doesn't have the horses to slow it down. Give me the Falcons at home and lay the 10.5. 9 Eastern in Stark Vegas on ESPN. I like number 12 Alabama to pound away and take out Mississippi State. Lay the 14.5 with the Tide on the road. 10 Eastern in Tucson on the Pac-12 Network. Call me crazy, but I'm going to take Arizona at home plus 17.5 over 7th-ranked Washington, who's been putting up video game numbers so far. But Arizona's the play. And finally, the world-famous Degenerate Special, which now I'm 4-0 this season. Takes place at 10:30 Eastern in Fresno on FS1, and I'll dance with undefeated and now 25th ranked home Fresno State minus 24.5 over a really god-awful Nevada squad. That's 22 plays for a Saturday. Add that to the Thursday and Friday plays, and all of a sudden, that's 28 college picks to get us back in gear heading into an NFL Sunday. Speaking of NFL Sundays, let's get started at Wembley Stadium in London. 9:30 Eastern. So all my friends on the West Coast, wake up early. I'll be up early. I'll be heading to the airport on Sunday to fly back to Music City. I'll be watching that game on the flight. ESPN has it, and it should be a good matchup between 2-1 Atlanta and 1-2 Jacksonville. Atlanta was exposed last week in their loss at Detroit, while Jacksonville completely shit themselves at home, losing to Houston. I got Jayville getting back at it, and I'll lay the 3 over the Falcons. A really good one goes in Buffalo at 1 Eastern as the Bills are 2.5-point home chalk over Miami. The Finns ain't going to score 70 on this defense, I tell you that. I'm still pissed off at Josh Allen, but with the nation amazed at Miami's offense, I'm going to bank on the Bills' defense and Buffalo laying the 2 and a hook at home. 1 Eastern in the Windy City, the complete opposite of Buffalo versus Miami, is Chicago versus Denver. In the if you're betting on this game, you need to check yourself into a meeting bowl. I have to take someone, right? Fine. If I have to, give me Denver minus 2.5 on the road. 1 Eastern at the Dog Pound in Cleveland. A defensive struggle is in the cards here. And while we still don't know what to make of either of these teams, I still trust Lamar Jackson more than Massage Watson. So give me Baltimore plus 2.5 on the road. 1 Eastern right here in Music City. Cincinnati's a 2.5-point road favorite over the Titans. And while everyone will be on the Bengals with a still healing Joe Burrow, I have to take the Titans even though they looked like shit last week. But they're a different team at home, and since he's coming off a short week, give me Tennessee as the home dog. 1 Eastern in Indy. The Colts are 1.5-point home favorites over the Rams. Questions abound regarding Anthony Richardson's availability, but Indy beat Baltimore last week with Gardner Minshew at the helm. The Rams can't run the ball at all, so I'll take the Colts at home. 1 Eastern in the Big Easy. Saints are 3-point home chalk against the Buccaneers. Neither team's very good, and Derek Carr's status is up in the air, so I'll take Baker Mayfield and the Bucs on the road plus the 3.5. Plus the 3, excuse me. There's no hook there. It's 3 right now. 1 Eastern in Stoniecast. The Eagles are 8.5-point home favorites over Washington. Philly's cruising just like last year, and Washington played hard 2 games before getting curb stomped last week. 8.5's a big number to lay, but I'm going to do it and roll with Philly at home. For the first time this year, I'm taking Philly. 1 Eastern in Charlotte. 2 bad teams meet up with Minnesota 3.5-point road favorites over the Panthers. A month ago, I would have taken the Vikings in a heartbeat without even thinking about it. But Minnie has no heart and is playing like a bunch of deadbeats right now. I'll take Carolina and the points at home. 1 Eastern in H-Town. The Steelers are 3-point road favorites over the Texans. After a big week in Jayville on Sunday, Houston's back home, and I'm still not quite sold on Pittsburgh yet, so I'm going to dance with the Texans as the home dog here. Dame Dalla and Giannis playing together. Breaking news. Dame and Giannis. Damn. For those of you that care, Giannis, he's Greek. 4 Eastern in La La Land. The Chargers are 6.5-point favorites over the Raiders. San Diego, yeah, I still call them that, dodged a bullet by allowing Minnesota to lose last week, while the Raiders have been thoroughly exposed after stealing a win back in week 1. Now that the world knows how bad they are, I'll roll with the Chargers here because I'm tired of losing my money betting on the Raiders. 4:25 Eastern in Big D. The Cowboys are 7-point home chalk over the Patriots. Yeah, Dallas was beaten in Glendale on Sunday and should bounce back strong at home here. But give me Bill Belichick and a touchdown every day of the year. 4:25 Eastern at Blue Jean Denim Stadium in the Silicon Valley. The 49ers are a huge 2-touchdown favorite over the Cardinals. The Niners are one of the top teams in the NFL with the betting sites having them at or near the top. And they're going to score 30 here because that's what they do. They score 30 in every game. But Zona's 3-0 against the number. And coming off a big win over Dallas, no, they're not going to win, but they will come in under 14 here. Give me the Cards on the road. NFL Sunday Night Football at 8:20 Eastern at Snoopyville in New Jersey. The Chiefs are 9.5-point favorites over the Jets. The Chiefs are the Chiefs, right? Taylor Swift notwithstanding. And the Jets are just awful. Take the Chiefs, right? No freaking way. Not on the road as such a big favorite, and no Taylor Swift sitting in this family suite with that fame whore, Travis Kelce's mother. Travis Kelce's the fame whore, not his mother. Jets are a reverse turf home dog. Jets, Jets. Monday night, 8:15 Eastern, we get another NFL back-to-back games at Snoopyville, as the Jets are 1.5-point home favorites over the Seahawks. The Giants. Did I say the Jets? Giants are... There's two teams playing in New Jersey, playing at Snoopyville, and they're named New York. You figure it out. Giants are 1.5 favorites over the Seahawks. Last time this happened with the back-to-back games on Sunday night, then Monday night, Aaron Rodgers ripped his Achilles on Monday Night Football. And while that won't happen here, bad things happen to New Jersey squads in primetime at home. I'll take the Sea Chickens right here to win outright, even though the Giants haven't played in 11 days. Is that enough? 28 college football plays and all 16 NFL matchups. That's 44 picks for the week. That's got to be enough. Hell, it should be. 24 wins is nice, but 27 will definitely make a statement in order to get those numbers back up. So let's get after it. Let's do this shit. The next video will be on next Wednesday. And remember to keep checking back starting on Tuesday of next week for MLB playoff picks. But until then, remember that if you want to win big, you got to bet big. You can't go broke taking a profit. Scared money don't make money. For me, the action is the juice. There's money on the streets. It can't be ignored. And finally, good luck to you. Miss you, Gooch.